What's up guys, and welcome back to some more Pokemon Sun and Moon coverage. And today we are going to be looking at some more shiny Alolan Pokemon, i.e. ideas for what these shinies could look like basically. So I'm going to go through 5 Pokemon today, which are Peck, Goose and Graumans, as well as Graumans 2 Evolutions, since those were sort of the more early revealed ones. And then in a later video I will look at some more. I don't want to do them all in one video since I talk for ages, so I don't want to upload like a 20-minute video. I'd rather upload a 10-minute video if I can help it. So we're just going to jump into it and look at some potential sort of colourings for these shiny Pokemon, because shiny Pokemon I feel like are always something really interesting to speculate about, because we ourselves have some really interesting ideas for how cool a shiny Pokemon could be. Like, I don't know, Garchomp, if it was, for example, I don't know, red, it could look amazing. Instead it's a very slightly different shade. So either we speculate and we get it right, we speculate and we get it wrong and they're much better than we thought, or we speculate and we can be angry at the Pokemon company. But let's start off with Peck. I've only got 2 possible shinies here. Here's obviously normal Peck. Then I've got a golden Peck you can see here, which is a yellow body instead of black, as well as this orange gold stripe instead of the red stripe, and then of course a green eye. I've left the yellow and the grey for its wings and its claws respectively, because generally they do stay sort of the same. There are usually things on this every shiny, a couple of things that stay the same colour. The green eye, it was just sort of a choice. I didn't really know what to go with, but green seemed to fit, I guess. But obviously then there's the other shiny out here, which is a green Peck. You can see here, dark green body. I've given it a blue stripe as well as an orange eye. I'm not as keen on this one. I'm not hugely keen on the golden one either. I couldn't really make Peck work too well, because I feel like because it's got a black sort of black as its main colour, it's a really hard colour to sort of make into a shiny, just because of how how different it is when you actually change the colour of it. But that's Peck. There wasn't too many possibilities to that I found. But then we have Young Goose next, and I have a total of 6 or 5 shinies and then the normal Young Goose. So let's go through those. Young Goose, we have a purple Young Goose here, which I feel like it looks really funky. Obviously we have a purple body and then pink stripes instead of brown and yellow. So I think that looks pretty good. And then also we have red to go along with this, not like bright red, more of a sort of a dull red like maroon, and then obviously the lighter red stripe. I think that looks pretty good as well. Looks like basically a normal, it's based on a mongoose, so I guess this looks similar to a normal mongoose in the fact that it's got a dark fur shade, I think. But then we have some other options. We have a green Young Goose. Obviously this could be a possibility to blend in with the grass, make it help it hunt better. Obviously with this dark green body and a light green stripe. Then we have a blue one as well. Maybe it swims, I don't know. But these all look pretty cool in my opinion. I would be happy with any of these. And then finally we have a black and white Young Goose. Now this will be like a little, just a Easter egg, I suppose. They could make it similar to a skunk, I suppose. It looks, obviously with the black and white colour, it looks a lot like a skunk. So it's certainly a possibility. Whether I'd want it or not, I'm not too sure, but I'm certain that these shiny will be pretty good anyway. Then if we move on to the Graumans Evolution line, I have 3 possibilities for Graumans. We have a purple one. Graumans was a really hard one to do, because if you look at Graumans' normal design, it has a load of different colours. It has the grey back half of its body, it's got its brown face, it's got its yellow sort of edges and spots, and then it's got its orange cap and ends of its mandibles. So it's a lot of different sort of colours going on, but you can see here I gave it a purple body with some pink highlights as well as blue highlights. I left the brown face colour. I don't know if it looks very good at all, because obviously as I said just now, usually they leave something the same colour, and I thought the face might be the right idea here, but it doesn't look amazing in my opinion. Then we have the blue one. I called it blue one at least. It's got a light blue back of the body, blue and green sort of highlights, and again, as I say, I kept the face the same colour. This one looks decent, but again, the brown face is sort of getting to be there. I feel like it has to be changed as well. I did this a couple of days ago, did these concepts, so now it's jumping out and it looks bad. But then the final one, which I think is probably my favourite choice, it's a red one. I'm calling it red at least. It looks similar to the original Graumans, but it has enough differences. You can see it's got like an orange back, red cap and mandibles, as well as orange highlights. So sort of like switching around, rather than having the orange cap, it has orange highlights and then a red cap. Again, I've left the face the same colour, but I feel like that works in that case, because obviously brown, orange, red, they sort of go together quite well. Then, if we move on to Graumans Evolution, we have a Charger Bug, the big green bus, and then I have 3 different colorings for it. First one is red, basically red body with little pink stubs, and then purple, basically I'm going to call them spikes on front of his face, purple spikes, and then these blue eyes. I think the eyes looked pretty good, you know, it's a 50-50 there. And I've left the jaws the same colour because I feel like the jaws will stay the same colour. Sort of that's the thing they would do. Then we have a blue bus. I'm not too keen on this one, you know, blue body, purple sort of stubs to move around with, and then green spikes and eyes. As I said, I'm not hugely keen on that. And then finally we have a purple one. This one doesn't look too bad either, you know, purple with blue stubs, blue spikes and red eyes. I think that goes pretty well there. You know, I'm not too proud of any of the designs, you know, it's not like I love a single one of them, but they all look reasonably good. And then finally we have Vikavolt. Now I really like styling Vikavolt into different shinies. I have 5 possibilities here and I love each one. First up we have a blue one. Now this is very similar to a normal Vikavolt, you know, the shiny one here is just a slightly lighter blue. Now of course they do this with some Pokemon, so it wouldn't be too much of a surprise to me if this was, you know, similar to the ending design because it's just a lighter version, but I like it anyway. Notice the only thing I'm changing here is actually the blue colour on its body. I'm leaving the grey back body on its own, not touching the wings, and its yellow sort of highlights I'm leaving as well, because obviously it's electric type, it makes sense. After blue we have purple. Now this looks really cool in my opinion. Again, it's a very, I would say high possibility because there are loads of possibilities, but I like the idea and I could see it happening. And then we have a golden Vikavolt, which looks a bit off because obviously I've kept the yellow on the side of its jaws, but it does fit in slightly well with its golden body colour here. I wouldn't complain if this was a shiny once more, because some shinies, you know, they're made golden, you know, and then some are made with different colours. So it depends. It's 50-50 on what they actually decide to do with shinies. Then we have a brown one after this. The brown one looks really cool in my opinion as well. It fits quite well. I mean, really any colour could fit quite well with the rest of this design or the rest of the colour palette. It's just yellow and grey basically, but I do like it. And then finally we have green. Again, it looks really cool. Like, you know, it could be a green shiny to blend in with the forest, and, you know, as it flies through. That would be pretty cool in my opinion. But those are the 5 Pokemon we're looking at with shinies. Now what I want to know is which of those, you know, for each Pokemon would you like to see the most? You know, which Pikipek? Do you want a golden Pikipek, or do you want a green Pikipek, or a different colour? You know, if you didn't like any of the ones I showed you for a Pokemon, suggest another one. Why not? For young Goose, would you like to see a black and white skunk sort of thing? For Grubbin, would you like to see a sort of a similar but different red Grubbin? And then Chargebug, of course, you know, red, blue or purple bus, or something different entirely. And then Vikavolt, there are loads of different options here, but which of those did you like best? Let me know what you think down below in the comment section, guys, and if you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button. As I said, I'll make another shiny speculation video in a few days' time, covering the rest of the Pokemon we've seen so far. But for now, this is going to be it for me for today. I shall be seeing you next time. Thank you for watching. Goodbye, my friends.